the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the Buccaneers, leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Buccaneers and the Cards, under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
The pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 57 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll drop to throw. Steps away. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Shotgun. He'll look to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Buccaneers have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass. Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Got a man downfield. It's Orton.
And all the way down to the 40-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. So we've hit halftime here.
Past the half. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it inside the 10. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Buccaneers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been total.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 41. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Irving. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Though, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And he's been terrific all year running the football. You see the season numbers up over 500 yards now for the campaign, and that is really an accomplishment for a quarterback. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Well, Brent, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Tampa Bay, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.